EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Check out Henry. Deuce. Easy, alert. Big 20.
Here's Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
50 seconds. Mike, 50. Hey, team 6. Let's 50 seconds.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. He's got a first down past the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Hey, two. Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 57. Mike 7. Hey, let's get this. Get this.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man. It's Amendola. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, Haywood.
Stafford looks to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Below Nichols. Able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. To try again after the sack. Stafford, and the pressure gets to him again. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. We're scoreless after 1.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A huge play there for Chicago. 44 yards. They run the jet sweep with Patterson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in. Everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
22.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford, that's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Stay 50, stay 50. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Let's go, let's go. Hey, orbit.
Second and 5 now. Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
53. Ready.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Stafford delivers this to Hockenson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Monday.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Wahoo! Let's go, let's bring it.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing again on second down. Stafford, and it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run the jet sweep with Patterson, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Flushed out right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Well, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
180!
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring Rashawn Melvin on the corner blitz, and he gets there.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got Curse. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Amendola again the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Stafford buying time to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford caught by Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st down, Stafford here. And his throw intercepted by the All-Pro corner Kyle Fuller. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Amendola, he was the intended target. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Don't say nothing.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. Here's Trubisky. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, well, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 31, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. Touchdown, Chicago! Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of the credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Double right. 57 to Mike. 32.
Stafford on first down. Flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Middle. Mike's 57. Hey, Delta.
On first down at Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
50. Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
It's caught. Jones. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Throwing again is Stafford. This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Check 52. Line 70.
To the air again, Stafford. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Extra point good by Prater. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They try again with Cohen. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. 180. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's not going to get me.
Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Right there.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut